Portable power stations are becoming quite popular as of late, and I've personally tested over a dozen different options over the last year. Now, most of these units are pretty generic, with pretty much the same feature set across the board, but the one I'm showing you today is actually quite unique, with a patented power bar system that allows you to swap out the internal battery of the power station itself with a fully charged cell, even while the entire unit is running, just to make sure that the devices you have plugged into it stay powered up at all times. This is the RUNHOOD RALLYE 1200, RUNHOOD's second modular power station featuring the company's inner swappable power bars. With the recent launch on Kickstarter, RUNHOOD has actually asked to partner with us to give you guys a first look at the overall system performance and the modular design of this power station as well. The 1200 does come with a pair of EB324 power bars, but you can purchase 2 additional power bars if you do want to double the overall capacity of this unit as well. And as the name implies, you get 324 watt-hours of energy capacity for each one of the power bars, with lithium-ion battery chemistry and 1,000 charge cycles. This gives the entire unit 648 watt-hours of capacity with the 2 power bars that are included, but there's technically no limitation here, since you can keep on swapping out these internal batteries as the system is running, giving you pretty much limitless runtime. While these modular battery bars are what make the RALLYE 1200 truly unique, RUNHOOD also supports direct charging of the battery bars themselves with solar panels using the SC200 solar charger adapter. So rather than having to lug out the entire unit outside and placing it in the sun so that you can connect it to the solar panels, you can connect up to 2 of these battery bars at the same time, while the RALLYE 1200 is on the inside, keeping your other devices plugged in and connected. Otherwise, you can charge these modular battery bars directly with an AC outlet or a DC charger as well from your car, giving you a total of 3 different ways to keep these charged up and ready to go to swap into the RALLYE 1200 as soon as they're needed. The RALLYE 1200's accessory package only includes the AC fast charging cable and the car charging cable. The other accessories aren't included in the box and will be sold separately. With an AC charger, you'll be able to go from 0 to 100% in 3 hours, while using the 100-watt solar panel will take roughly 7 to 8 hours for a full charge. While charging the power bars inside the RALLYE 1200 does enable fast charging from 0 to 100% in just 2 hours, thanks to its 400-watt AC max input. The design of the RALLYE 1200 is simple and rugged, making it perfect for indoor and outdoor use. There's a foldable handle on the top right next to the wireless charging pad for your smartphone, a plethora of charging options on the front, along with an LED display that shows you all the battery details of when it's charging and how much power is being drawn from the system. And there's also a built-in LED light on the side, just in case you find yourself in the dark. The 3 AC outlets on the front of the unit are powered by a 1200-watt inverter. Now, most of you probably know that most other power stations that are roughly this size typically only have a 500 to 600-watt inverter, so this is pretty impressive. And if you're not exactly sure what you would be able to do with 1200 watts of power, it essentially means that you'll be able to keep a microwave running for a little bit to cook a meal, keep a refrigerator running, or even run the wash in a washing machine. Maybe not at once, but definitely one at a time, which honestly is incredibly convenient if your power goes off and you simply need to cook a meal for the evening or keep your food fresh in the refrigerator until the power company is able to get things sorted out and get the power restored. But a small unit like this does come in extremely handy if you are planning a road trip, or even if you just want to go camping for a couple of days. Even if you don't bring along the additional power bars, the 648 watt-hour capacity is more than enough to keep 2 to 3 smartphones, a tablet, and even a large laptop charged up for 3 days. And if you do pack in the extra 2 battery bars, you'll be able to extend that to a full week without even breaking a sweat. The RALLYE 1200 also sports 2 USB-C ports with 100-watt power delivery capability and 2 USB-A ports with Quick Charge 3.0 with 28.8 watts of output, and then a 12-volt 10-amp DC car charging port as well. And of course, there's also that Qi wireless charger that I mentioned before. And one other thing that I do want to point out, that unlike a lot of other similarly sized power stations, there's no annoying power brick that goes along with this unit that you have to lug around everywhere you want when you want to plug it in. The charger itself is actually built into the body of the RALLYE 1200, which means you simply have to plug in the cable and you're all set to go. Simple as that. Naturally, I did want to put the RUNHOOD RALLYE 1200 to the test just to see how much power I'd be able to draw from it. So I connected it to my desktop PC, which is right behind me here, which I use for all of my video editing work, with a 38-inch ultra-wide monitor, my desk lamp, speakers, and other accessories as well. This setup typically draws anywhere from 150 watts to 650 watts, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm gaming or exporting videos, which means I was also able to connect the 100-watt power delivery USB-C ports to charge a larger laptop and a smartphone as well, and then dropped a secondary smartphone on the wireless charger. And with all of that, I didn't even come close to maxing out the overall power capacity of this unit. The unit does feature overcurrent protection if you happen to overload the system. If you trip the fuse, the inverter will automatically switch off, but it can easily be reset by pressing the current protection reset button right on the front. After about 3 hours, I did need to swap out the power bars just to ensure that the system would keep running and I could continue to do my work, but the RALLYE 1200 did manage to keep this entire setup, which honestly is pretty taxing. It kept that running for just over 5 hours. The power station's internal fan does kick in as soon as the AC inverter turns on, and I will say it is noticeable, but definitely not as loud as what I've experienced from other power stations under the same power draw. And finally, I do want to mention the additional accessories that RUNHOOD is offering for the power bar modules themselves, which include a DC and an AC inverter. They essentially allow you to use the power bars as large battery banks without having the RALLYE 1200 body anywhere nearby. The DC inverter simply snaps onto the power bar, adding 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports, while the AC inverter does the same, snapping on an AC outlet that's rated for 80 watts. I think we can all agree that RUNHOOD has done a really good job of delivering a modular power system for its products that make them far more versatile than any of the other power stations that are currently on the market. As mentioned already, the RUNHOOD RALLYE 1200 is making its debut on Kickstarter. For more details about that campaign, and if you want to be among the first to get a peek at the final pricing, you can join their Facebook group, which is going to be linked in the video description below. We don't yet know what the final price will be, but based off of what we've already seen from RUNHOOD's other power stations that are already on the market, the RALLYE 1200 should be pretty competitively priced, with some great incentives for those who do want to take part in the Kickstarter campaign. For more details, please check out the links in the video description below. And if you do have any questions about the RALLYE 1200, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll answer them as best as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.